Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
A massive fire on the east side tonight, destroying a senior apartment building.
Half the building's gone already, and the other half is just about gone.
Dozens of seniors losing everything, but just thankful they got out in time.
Big man come, picked me up and carried me on out.
The three-story, 54-unit building believed to be a total loss tonight.
The fire broke out at a seniors complex at Mac near Connor, with smoke seen for miles across the east side. Jason Colthorpe is there live tonight. Jason, what are you hearing about injuries?
Well, let's start there, Kimberly, because what we know as of injuries right now are 4 residents here were taken to the hospital with smoke inhalation, as well as 2 police officers, 1 firefighter suffering from heat exhaustion. Now, they don't know officially what caused this fire tonight, but I want to direct your attention to where it's all lit up on that side of the building. And we say, it could be a total loss, but if you look to the left, a lot of water damage that way, but the fire didn't go all the way down that way. You can see where it's really charred on this corner. And according to one witness, they say that's exactly where it started. And from there, it took minutes to engulf the entire side of it. An overwhelming fire at the Reverend Ann Johnson Elderly Apartments on Mac. It started around 7:30 at the southwest corner of the building here, according to a witness who called 911.
I noticed there was a chair on fire. There was a lady standing out there trying to yell into the building to let someone know. And the guy came out and said, "Oh my God," he ran back in.
Some people heard the alarm, others got knocks on their doors, and others just heard the screams to get out.
I just heard people running down the hall screaming. I opened the door to see what was wrong, and then somebody said fire.
The man next door to me, he said, "Come on, it's a big fire." I said, "I got to get my shoes," because I was just going to wash my hair.
Big man come, picked me up and carried me on out. He said, "You don't have time."
Come out, and it seemed like it was going to be okay, but when I got out here and saw half of the building was already on fire.
You got to find another place. Everything is gone.
The fire moved so fast it jumped to 2 other buildings across Mac, helped on by the breezy conditions.
Just a little bit of wind pushes that fire. At this particular point, depending on where the fire started, where it was in the building, a wind-pushed fire is very tough for us.
It was an agonizing scene for loved ones trying to find their family members, including Joseph Thomas, who was waiting for any word about his sister and her husband, who lived on the 3rd floor. How tough is the waiting right now until you can confirm that she's okay?
Well, like I said, I'm confident that they had a good escape plan, so I'm very optimistic that everything is well.
At the end of the day, our firefighters are going to walk through this location to see if we can find any other individuals that are unaccounted for.
And I want to direct you again, as another ambulance is pulling out of here. We're going to get out of the way of this ambulance as it leaves the scene. But this corner, we've seen investigators focusing on this corner where they believe it started, and those firefighters will conduct that search tonight and go in there. There are 54 units of this complex, 51 that were occupied, and they say they don't have a hard number on how many people are in there, so they officially can't give us a number of how many people are unaccounted for. But a source within the department has told me they think it's about 10 at this point, and I can confirm that Joseph Thomas's sister and brother-in-law are among those 10 that are unaccounted for. We're live on the east side tonight. Jason Colthorpe, I'll send it back to you guys.
Well, that's a frightening number right now, right, Jason?
All right, well, Larry Spruill is also on the scene tonight. And Larry, all of the residents were taken away on city buses.
Yeah, good evening, Kimberly and Devin. We are at the intersection. We are talking about multiple city buses here at that intersection, waiting to take those to safety. Now, we are just down the street from where that fire started. You can still see an active scene. Smoke or still it's in the air right now. Now, I also spoke with people who were inside that fire. They tell me they barely made it out with just the clothes on their backs.
That wind making it worse.
This cell phone video shows the flames and thick black smoke from this senior citizen home on Mac Monday night. The massive fire filled the Detroit sky.
Imagine we go across the street how that heat is, and then imagine you inside that building.
Christopher Davis walking to the store when the fire started.
I saw the smoke and I was like, whoa, where all that coming from?
Davis said in a matter of minutes, the whole building in flames.
It wasn't that big, but that's when that wind was blowing, it just spread it.
You can see sparks and debris from the fire in the middle of the street. The thick smoke and red and orange flames took over the three-story building with tenants like Willie Cowan inside.
And they opened the front door and it just went up, the whole front just blew up.
Willie Cowan tells me he was watching TV when his neighbors screamed for him to get out. Somehow they made their way to the front entrance but could not move anymore.
The front chairs was burning. I don't know how they got the chairs was burning, but the chairs was burning.
Our camera saw multiple city buses outside waiting to take those inside the building somewhere safe. Meanwhile, Cowan and others stayed back, watching their homes burn to the ground, wondering what to do next.
Where do we go from here? I have no clue. I have no clue. But hey, God will make a way.
And that is the question tonight. Where do they go from here? Where can they go? Where is the help? But I'm also told that Red Cross will be helping out those affected by the fire. We are live on the Detroit's East Side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
You really get a taste for just how intense it was from those pictures, and wind did play a big factor in what happened tonight.
So let's get over to Ben with what kind of conditions firefighters were up against tonight, Ben.
They had their hands full even without the wind, but it really only takes about a 10-mile-per-hour wind to fuel what we call a wind-driven fire. And when you're looking at the scene, really only on the other side of 94, that's where City Airport is. That's less than 2 miles away, so we have a really good indication of what those wind speeds were like. Currently, they're at about 7 miles an hour, but when this fire got underway at 8 o'clock this morning or the evening, we had gusts of up to 17 miles an hour, and that's plenty, not only to fuel a wind-driven fire, but also to carry the embers away from the scene. And you can see in this video how far away from the actual fire source that these things got. And it did catch another additional building on fire, which firefighters did take care of pretty quickly. But the wind definitely playing a role. Thank goodness it wasn't the 30-mile-an-hour gusts that we were seeing at 4 and 5 o'clock this evening. The winds did calm down before that fire got started. Kim?
Yeah. All right, Ben. Tonight, Detroit police are looking for this man, 26-year-old Darius Calhoun, who is wanted in connection with a deadly stabbing on the city's west side. EMS was trying to render aid to a 50-year-old man inside a home on Arizona near Woodward when Calhoun allegedly took a woman inside another room of that house and stabbed her to death. The attacker ran off before Detroit police arrived at the scene, and both that man and the stabbing victim died.
The UAW strike is now entering week 2, with both sides continuing to search for common ground. Both sides ending talks for the night, but plan to pick back up tomorrow morning. Sources tell Local 4 good progress has been made, but negotiations again are still ongoing. Talks between the two sides center around wages, profit sharing, and a faster route to full-time wages.
A 26-year-old man is dead following a home invasion shooting in Mount Clemens. Police believe the victim, Javon Houston, was killed by his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend allegedly broke into the home on Court Street near Maine late Sunday night, shooting Houston several times while he was asleep. A suspect is currently being held by the Macomb County Sheriff's Department, and murder charges are expected. A sad update tonight out of Grosse Ile, where the body of a missing mother has been found in the Detroit River. 51-year-old Christine Childs went missing Friday morning, and it wasn't until today that Grosse Ile police discovered her body in the river near her home. An investigation into her death is now underway. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
Southfield City Clerk charged with 6 felonies tonight for the way she handled absentee ballot records in the 2018 presidential election. Sharika Hawkins is accused of altering absentee ballots during the November election. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, though, says the outcomes were not impacted by the alleged acts. Hawkins is now on administrative leave.